Ready?
I'm ready. This is more difficult than it looks. Oh my God.
Hey guys, Greg Kavanaugh of the Gallup Journey Magazine. Thanks for stopping by my YouTube channel out here on the interwebs. I'm excited to show you guys the 2013 Ford Focus ST. But frankly, this thing is meant to be driven, so why stand here and talk about it? Let's get started. If the Ford Focus ST has done anything for me, it's been the reminder that cars don't have to be just practical or functional. They can be fun. So, I'll be honest with you. I took the Focus with a buddy of mine up to the mountains here yesterday and spent a good part of the afternoon just running it up and down the mountain through these twisties, listening to that induction noise and just really enjoying the car. And I had to say it kind of brought out the juvenile in me again. This car's fun. You know, I've driven and reviewed a regular grade Focus. It was a couple years ago, I think I didn't do a video on it. And I have to say, this car is nothing like that car, at least in my memory. Now, I do need to get a few of my gripes about this car out of the way right away. Firstly, it's really hard to see out of, especially with these really high seat backs and headrests. I mean, I have the window sticker on here too, but still, it's so hard to see out of this car. Okay. Secondly, because of the styling on the outside, the kind of the lower valance or side skirts, whatever those things are called, I just hit my calf on those things all the time. We got some rain the other day and my calf was constantly dirty. So a little nitpick there. There's pretty much no storage here in the center. I had no place to put my cell phone except for in the cup holder here. And these mirrors really help with the sight lines and help you see, because you can't see anywhere else out of the car, but they're really, they make a lot of noise out on the highway. And those are my major gripes. Now, some of you are wondering, how does this car stack up as a family vehicle? Well, you know, it works the same way as a regular Focus. You just get to have a lot more fun with it. You know, it is a smallish 5-door. You could put a family of 4 in here probably with some stuff, but you know, it's going to be tight on a road trip. You could put a box on the top or something like that. But around town as a city car, it's great. Now, let's get to the good stuff. Ford has done a killer job of making this Focus seem nothing like the other Foci that I've driven. You know, first of all, the 2-liter EcoBoost. I mean, torque steer, turbo punch is pretty much the summary. 2-liter is 252 horsepower, 270 pound-feet of torque, and it's got that punch. As soon as you hit about 2,500 RPM, it just grabs you. I'm in fourth right now, and I'm getting some great pull, and I'm going 60 miles an hour. So I have to say, the engine is awesome. It gives you a little bit of torque steer, which, you know, I mean, in a purist sense is not that great, but in terms of bringing out just a little bit of excitement in your driving, it's fun. Now, Ford has got an electronic steering rack here, so they even, they do like a counter steer with the electronic steering. So when the torque steer hits, you can actually kind of feel the wheel or the assist a little bit tugging in kind of the other direction. It's kind of an odd sensation, but you know, so it's not particularly dangerous because they've done what they can to quell it, but as a whole, it is still there, but I don't care. It's tons of fun. Okay, next, what I noticed when carving the canyons is just how well this thing handles. I mean, it's just, I couldn't get it to its limits, especially out here on public roads. I was not going to go to the speed I needed to or drive aggressively enough to try and get it to break loose. I couldn't. I even took an off ramp off the highway, which was a real tight one at well over the posted speed limit for suggested speed limit for the off ramp, and you know, that's a tight full circle. And again, I mean, I couldn't get it to break loose even at all. And even when it does feel like it maybe is going to step out a little bit, it's the back, not the front. It doesn't push. It just kind of feels like it wants to slide a little bit or even just rotate, you know. And I'm no pro race car driver or anything like that, but I can still feel those things, and it's so much fun. So I came back up here today to the mountains just to kind of recreate that fun I had yesterday. You know, this steering rack is incredibly fast. I think it's like 1.8 turns lock to lock or something like that. It's variable, of course, because it is electric and it changes, you know, at different speeds, but it is so fast. It does make the car a little bit twitchy, you know, but it's just a subtle movement of the hands on the highway, and you can move 1 or 2 lanes if you really want to. And of course, out on the mountain roads like this, it just handles so perfectly and it seems just right. So really, you can't complain about it. On the interior, you know, this is a Focus, but you know, they've added some things. They got some gauges up top here. There's a boost gauge in the center, which is fun. When you put your foot in it, it pops up and reminds you where you're getting your power from. You know, the seats are heavily bolstered, and man, do they hold you. They feel really good. You know, as a whole, they just do little things to make the ST a different package than the rest of the Foci. On the exterior, you know, some people are gonna say it's a little bit too boy racer, but frankly, I think it's a cool looking car, and this one is Tangerine Scream. Now that name does kind of say it all, but the fact of the matter is I just saw one of these in black too, and it is a cool looking car, you know. So, and that's probably, I'd do more of a black or a white or a silver or something myself, but the elements are still there. In the rear, you have this really cool valance with a center exit exhaust, twin pipes, kind of, it's a really cool exhaust, very noticeable, nice detail. And then on the opposite end out front, it's a very aggressive front end. The lower fascia looks really cool. You know, out back up top, you got a nice tailgate spoiler that I think is probably just about the right size. You know, it's not like some sort of Pep Boys special that's been bolted onto the back of a 92 Civic or something. It looks right, you know. As a whole, I think it's a very attractive car. I looked out the window a lot when it was parked in my driveway to kind of check it out. And, you know, even in this color, my daughter had said, "Daddy, I've never ridden in a yellow car before." And she was really excited about it. So some people wanted to know, can they have a sporty, fun to drive car that also works as a family car? And I thought I'd show you. I got my daughter back here and bring her to school real quick. Say hi, Lily. And as you can see, I've got her car seat in here, and you know, she fits okay. I'm 5'8", and she's behind me. She's almost 4. But I did have a hard time getting her car seat in, just like I had with the Ford Fusion, actually. I had to put the car seat on end, stick it in there, and then put it upright. I could not put it in just straight upright itself because this roof line is just too low. Once she's in, she's reasonably comfortable, but there's not a lot of space between her and what would be another car seat. So basically, if you're looking for a family vehicle and you have car seats, family of 4 is going to be max. If you have 3 smallish kids, but they're out of car seats, they might fit in this back seat, but it's going to be a tight squeeze. Now let me show you the back real quick. Here in the back, I thought I'd quick show you. I got my daughter's kind of carry-on suitcase here I threw in here. You could see, you could probably get about 2 of those across. This is my camera case I use for a lot of my camera gear. There's a subwoofer here that takes a little bit of the space, but it's not a particularly huge cargo area. So as a family hauler, it's not going to be very ideal for a long road trip unless you put a box on top. But you know, that's a compromise you could make if you want to have something that's fun to drive and exciting, but at the same time could work in a pinch. What I really like about the Ford Focus ST when it comes down to it is really just the overall package. The fact of the matter is you're getting a fun to drive car that is still a 5-door hatchback, so it's fairly practical. And then on top of that, everything you're getting with the ST package is real. It's no fluff here. It's not just stickers and badging. I mean, it's real chassis tuning, it's power, it's a 6-speed manual, it's you know, different looks. It's really a full package, and at a touch under 30 grand, you know, you're getting something unique that's really fun to drive. Now, you still get decent fuel economy, 23, 32, 26 combined. I'm not going to tell you what I got while running it up and down the mountain and then idling it all the time. So, you know, as a whole, I just think that the Ford Focus ST appeals to a wider variety of buyers than one might think. It's not just dudes who are, you know, 23 years old, just got out of college, got their first real job, and need to buy this car. Someone like myself could use this car, other than the fact that it's a little bit small for me. I need to give a special thanks to the guys over at Gurley Ford. You know, I walked in there planning to test drive a Ford Escape, talked to them for a little bit, saw this sitting across the lot, suddenly decided to call an audible, switch to this, and we're really excited that we did. I mean, frankly, I had a ton of fun with this. Thanks to you guys, of course, for watching, liking, subscribing, sharing, and of course, commenting. Leave those comments below. I want to know what you guys think about this Ford ST. And special thanks to my friend Chuck that helped me shoot a little bit of bonus footage on this out here in the Canyon Roads. And thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Adios.